I'm not going to force myself to meet with you. I don't have to deal with this anymore. I won't do another thing for you, and I see calling that immature. You need to take care of your own issues. Honestly, lucky for you, I'm even doing this much. The real blessing here is having understanding and forgiveness in my heart. I can forgive you. If I couldn't, I'd be moving on with my life, happy as a clam. I didn't come here for this, but I'm letting you know what the young lady said. Meanwhile, the streets of Atlanta were buzzing with the latest drama. Young Jock, the well-known rapper and reality star famed for his calm demeanor, was about to stir up some serious trouble. His life had always been filled with drama, but this time it hit closer to home. It all kicked off when Jock discovered something that shook him right down to his core. He had always been careful with his finances, making sure he stayed on top of things, but he never saw this coming. His girlfriend, Kendra, had crossed a line, and soon the entire world was going to know. For weeks, Jock had been on edge, noticing small amounts of money disappearing from his accounts. At first, he brushed it off as a simple mistake, a miscalculation, or an issue with the bank. But as time went on, the numbers just didn't add up. The missing funds were too consistent, too intentional. It dawned on him that someone close to him was exploiting his trust. Determined to get to the bottom of it, Jock, who valued his privacy but also his peace of mind, decided to hire a private investigator to dig deeper. The investigator jumped straight in and, within days, had compiled enough evidence to reveal the ugly truth. What Jock found was astonishing, and the footage he received was damning. It clearly showed Kendra, who had been living with him and had access to his finances, transferring significant sums of money from his account to her own. It was a betrayal Jock had never experienced before. The woman he trusted, the one he thought would always be by his side, was stealing from him. Although Jock was hurt, he wasn't shocked. He knew he couldn't keep this under wraps. He had to confront Kendra and the world about it. With the footage ready, he made up his mind. He would expose everything. When the day of reckoning finally came, he braced himself for the storm ahead. He wasn't sure how Kendra would react, but he knew it wouldn't be pretty. The chaos he was anticipating was right around the corner. As soon as Jock released the footage, the reactions came flooding in. Fans, family, and everyone caught up in the whirlwind had their eyes glued to their screens. The video was uploaded online and, as the camera zoomed in on Kendra's brazen actions, the world gasped. This wasn't just a minor mistake, it was calculated theft. When Kendra saw the footage, her entire world turned upside down. She had believed she was untouchable, under the impression that their relationship was strong enough to overshadow any secrets. The reality was far different. The betrayal that Jock felt was clear, but it was now time for Kendra to understand the full extent of what she had done. Furious and humiliated, Kendra couldn't wrap her head around the fact that Jock would air their dirty laundry in public. She'd never expected this from him. The sting of betrayal hit harder than the theft itself. How could he expose her like this? Didn't their relationship mean anything to him? "I see that DM in vanish mode," she scoffed. "How did you even see that? Did you go to his page? I can tell you're dead to me now, what? Get the papers? I'm taking the high road like I should have done a long time ago." Kendra wasted no time retaliating. She stormed into Jock's studio, her face flushed with rage, her eyes ablaze. "Jock!" she screamed, her voice laced with venom. "How dare you put me on blast like that? You think you can just play me?" Jock stood there, calm but firm. He'd anticipated this moment. "Kendra, I didn't want to do it, but you've left me no choice. You've been taking from me and I can't just sit back and allow that." Kendra's expression twisted in disbelief. "Taking from you? Are you serious? We're a team. We've been together for how long, and now you're acting like I'm some criminal?" The anger in her voice was unmistakable. She felt exposed, humiliated that Jock had turned their private struggle into something for the world to see. Yet, Jock wouldn't back down. The weight of her actions couldn't be overlooked. "Listen, Kendra," he said, his tone steady but intense. "You've been stealing from me for months. I had to get the truth out since you refused to come clean yourself. You took money that wasn't yours. You lied. And now everyone knows." Kendra's fury boiled over. She marched over, finger pointed at him, her voice rising with every word. "You're going to lecture me about honesty? After everything we've been through? You think this exposure makes things right? You've made a fool out of me." "Actually, you did that all by yourself," Jock replied, his voice escalating. "You thought you could get away with this, that I wouldn't catch on. But I did. And now it's time to face the music." Kendra was seething, her disbelief turning into indignation. How could Jock be so cold, so willing to lay bare her flaws for the world to see? This felt too personal. an attack she never saw coming. Her pride was shattered, and her emotions were a storm. She had betrayed him, yes, but this wasn't how she imagined it would unfold. She had hoped they could fix this privately, without the humiliation in front of the public. You really think I wanted to hurt you, Jock? Do you think I just stole for kicks? I was trying to help us, to help you. But no, you turned it all against me, threw me to the wolves, she ranted, fists clenched tightly as she paced anxiously. Jock stood silently for a moment, locking eyes with her. You didn't help us, Kendra. You took from us, and now you have to face the consequences. The tension in the room was palpable, Kendra's fury matched only by the heaviness of her regret. She had crossed a line, and Jock was making sure she understood the magnitude of that betrayal. The fallout from this was about to be real. The implications of her actions were daunting. Kendra felt the walls closing in, but the rage inside of her refused to fade away. The truth had come to light, and there was no turning back now. As their confrontation reached a climax, Jock stood firm, fully aware that everything was about to change. Whether their relationship could weather this storm was uncertain, but one thing was crystal clear. Kendra's betrayal had shattered the foundation they once built together.